one special call out today. Some of our staff wear two hats. They both worked for you and they worked for their own degrees. And I think that's pretty cool. So the following Clark staff are receiving degrees today. Some of them are sitting with you right out there under the tent. Diane Dislin, Matt Essig, Lisa Gaudet, Jim Keogh, Chris Markham, Terry Rukowitz, Everett Walters, Ken Kowalczyk, and Luann Pachenka. Congratulations to all of them. Now I have the really cool task of introducing your commencement speaker, Catalina Escobar, Clark class of 1993. As a Clark alumna, Catalina has used her education and heartfelt, life-changing experiences to change the lives of girls in Colombia. By building a non-profit foundation, she has found a way to reduce poverty, reduce teenage pregnancy, and lower the infant mortality rate in Colombia. All along the way, she has succeeded in creating a Clark story, a life of purpose and meaning for herself and for others. I could not be more pleased or more proud to invite Catalina to make remarks to the 2016 graduates. Catalina Escobar.
Oh my God, this is such a great day. Did you party last night? Good. So congratulations, Clarkies. I'm so overjoyed with everyone here. Thank you very much, President Angel, for this amazing honor. Thank you, Amy. Where is Amy? I know she's quiet somewhere, but I know she had to do with this somehow. It's so good. It's so great to be back on campus. Now you're sitting here full of dreams and the desire to conquer the world. And I was there too, you know. The energy I feel right now is exactly the same I felt 23 years ago. So that's so special about Clark, the campus, the students, the professors, all faculty members, and this crazy, beautiful, amazing environment. I remember I always had the chance to express myself in college, to always bring new conversations and ideas to what was happening in the world at that time. And I clearly remember one. It was a freshman year back in 1989 when the Colombian presidential candidate, Luis Carlos Galán, was murdered by the most terrifying and largest drug smuggler in history, Pablo Escobar. Well, guess what? My last name is Escobar. So how about that? Well, his story's on Netflix, but we don't glorify him. As Colombians, we feel so ashamed for all the pain and harm he caused to our nation. Anyways, Luis Carlos Galán's murder clearly brought Colombians together, even from other schools nearby Clark, to think about the future we wanted to build for our nation, Colombia. I remember the debates at the Latin American Society and the feeling of passion and patriotism with a sense of motivation, struggle, and courage within us. Without a doubt, we believed in a solution and wanted to be part of our country's evolution. So freshman year, I knew back then I wasn't studying to be a businesswoman. I was studying because later in life, I wanted to influence as many people as I possibly could to build a better nation. I knew it was in my hands, my generation and the generations to come. So I took that job seriously, and I still do. You're now officially being part of the economic world as scientists, business people, psychologists, doctors, lawyers, truth thinkers, and doers who will give the greatest input to a progressive society. Now, you have to think your choices thoroughly because it's a duty and a commitment and a responsibility involved in every choice you make from now on. And of course, you have to enjoy the ride. Life is also smiling and enjoying the ride. Your generation has impressive ways of moving around. When I graduated back in 1993, there were no cell phones, no Google, mail, only Clark's P.O. Box. Every week for 4 years, my father used to send me Colombian magazines to read about politics and economics, so I would lose the track of my country. But now we're all use our smartphones every minute, I guess. You might be using one right now, Because we want to keep ourselves updated on things we consider relevant. In my case, social media is the greatest tool to give my opinions and voice to the causes I work for. Technology has solved so many problems across the world. As a human race, we have discovered so many great things through technology to improve the life of humanity. We have even discovered water in Mars. Did you believe that? Water in Mars. But we haven't been able to stop corruption, wars, environmental issues, poverty, world hunger, gender inequality, racism, and disrespect for each other. Indeed, we need technology. But are we really maximizing our priorities? Guys, we have been taught that time is money, haven't we? Well, money is not bad, and indeed we need it to make a living and have the lives we want, right? But money for what? Have you thought about it? Money for what? Well, the world really needs more human love and compassion. More doers, because we have a lot of thinkers out there, which is great. We need to build a roadmap, but we need more peacemakers and more people creating innovative solutions to the world's greatest needs and challenges. Out there, the world is waiting for us to be truly change makers. And there is fear. Of course there is fear when facing the unknown world. I know how it feels. I've been told too many times I was crazy, and instead of being frustrated, it actually invigorating because it has nurtured the real passion within myself. We need more crazy, kind, loving, ethical, passionate, connected, engaged people today more than ever. Of course we need a structure. You have it already. You're graduating from Clark University today. But we need to channel that energy you feel today and the more crazy doers. You just need to make the proper decisions and challenge yourself. Clarkies, you're sitting there. What if we use our talent to really impact the people around us in a positive and prosperous way? We're all connected as a human race. What if we're more respectful towards our Mother Earth? Because what we're doing right now, it's completely unsustainable. What if we accept our differences in our religions, race, and gender, and we move forward? What if we do not tolerate social inequality anymore, poverty and injustice? What if we stand up for and speak for those who remain in silence because they're very vulnerable? Like children immigrants from Syria, or the girls kidnapped by Boko Haram in Nigeria, or stand up for all women raped in the Congo every 10 minutes, or the one in South Africa every 20 seconds? Or what about if we stand up for all those 15 million girls a year who are forced to get married across the world? Or what about if we stand up for the children out there in the developing world who are starving right now? What if we stand together for the main basic human values of courage, truth, right conduct, honesty? God, honesty, we forgot where the boundaries are. Love, peace, true friendship, respect. Come on, Clarkies. This is not rocket science. It's just going back to the basics and have true personal commitment. Clark did an incredible job at selecting you to join this amazing school. And you're graduating with a remarkable set of tools to stand up for what's right. We're all counting on you to make the right commitment and the right choices. You know, sometimes we have to wait until something bad happens in order to our life as to find a destiny to serve others. Why disasters must occur in order to realize that we have to do something? As David Rico says in one of his books, open quotes, there is synchronicity in the way a physical disability or deep emotional wound becomes the threshold to our mission in life or the unfolding of our talents. The wounded healer archetype is often necessary and thrives on synchronicity that helps us become bolder within ourselves and more compassionate towards others. Quotes. And that indeed happened to me 15 years ago when I was working in the corporate world. I started volunteering at a public hospital in Cartagena, one of the poorest cities in my country, and at the same time the richest, when I witnessed how a little baby died because his teen mother failed to raise $30 to pay for the treatment. I had that money in my pocket, but was needed a few hours before. 4 days later, my second son, Juan Felipe, Juanfe, we called him Juanfe, at the age of 16 months, fell from an 8th floor balcony and passed away. These two incidents became the main trigger to start the organization I run for the past 15 years. It all began by saving the life of a newborn. 7 years later, Juanfe Foundation lowered the total infant mortality rate in Cartagena by 81%, when at the time was the highest in the country and the third in Latin America. Today we have saved around, Today we have saved around 4,200 children from the grips of death and helped over 160,000 patients, all of them in extreme poverty. We have worked with more than 3,200 teen mothers, giving them the chance to break out of their poverty cycles. You see, you don't have to wait until a tragedy comes to your life in order to take action. You just have to make the choice. When people ask me, what do I regret in life? My immediate answer is, I truly regret not devoting myself to humanity before. I could have done more. Clarkies, there are 3 important things I would love to share with you, and I think will help you in the years to come. Number 1, take risks and move forward over and over. Don't be afraid you might fail many times. And if you do, you will feel the pain of failure. And that's inevitable. But once you recover, your wings will open wider. Listen, failure is not the opposite of success. It is actually the step before. Number 2, have you thought about the person you really want to become? Think of your life like this. When you're having breakfast every morning, I know tomorrow you're going to remember me. When you have breakfast every morning with scrambled eggs and bacon, have you realized what you're eating? Well, let me tell you. The eggs come from a chicken that gives you an egg every day. Yes? A chicken will give you an egg and will walk away. But in order to have the bacon, you must sacrifice the pig. You see the huge difference? What kind of person would you like to be? Like the chicken that gives something and walks away, or a person willing to sacrifice to benefit others? Number 3, have courage and live fully. Out there, it's a beautiful world, but a world full of challenges. Face that world by passionately loving what you do and what you're good at. And if you love what you're good at, you're in the right direction. So don't listen to people who may tell you that you're wrong. Follow your passion and your inner voice. And please set goals greater than yourself. But please, not goals for just about money. Happiness is not money itself. It is in this journey of working for humanity, all I can say is that true happiness only comes when you deeply serve others, and when their happiness is more important than yours. And that's the energy I feel every day, much like the energy I feel today. Don't forget to share, to be compassionate, humble, and have a deep respect to integrity. After all, we're on the same boat. And guess what? You're chief in command. So please go out there, be brave, be bold, and be a role model. And when your time comes, be remembered as a person who really left the world a much better place than how you found it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Catalina, a real Clarkie.